Hello, welcome to HBI 2026. I'm Rakshitha. I'm the lead journalist at 𝘃𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗄 International. We have with us today Phillip Froeschle, CEO of Paracelsus Kliniken. Welcome, Phillip.
Oh, thank you very much.
Given the recent restructuring in your group's ownership, what are your plans for 2026?
Yeah, that's at the moment a tricky question. So I joined Paracelsus Clinics like 4 years ago, roughly, and during that time it was just a restructuring task that we had to do. So a couple of years before the company went bankrupt, and so we're organizing the company new, set up new structures, processes, etc. So that actually is what I did the last 4 years, though. We were lucky, so in the last year we made the turnaround finally. And now we've got a positive profit margin in the end. So that's what we're very happy about. But to be honest, we think that to become really stable, need to go this path as some meters longer. So especially for 26, it's to keep on going the way we went through so far. So we're already focusing on optimizing processes and optimizing the medical treatments and the setting standards, etc. And of course, and I think this is very specific for the German healthcare market, because we're way behind most of the other markets, especially the industry. So we are, and I think that's common sense, most of the players does it, working on digitalization and AI. We're just implementing or finalizing the data center. And yeah, that's other task for 26.
Okay, that's great. How does the market look like for independent, acute clinics and MVZs? And where is the greatest growth potential?
I think this is something that all participants in this exhibition do have in common, is that the actual time is quite tricky at the moment, though. So especially in Germany, we have legal changes that are still in full swing and very uncertain. So the market is changing at the moment. We do have roughly about 1,800 hospitals throughout Germany. And if you believe in the studies, a target amount of like 900,000, 1,200 clinics, is that what is necessary to fulfill the medical treatment. So overall, we see a big change and a disruption in the market overall. So at the moment, it's very important to set your standard to make sure that you will survive this change and this process. And this is the main task at the moment. So to make sure which indications and which hospital will survive this legal changes. Right. That's the first one. Yeah. The second point is that especially, and of course, if you take a look at the demographic involvement, we see everyone's getting older. So the indications like neurology, cardiology, even though orthopedics are markets and indications that will grow in the future.
Okay.
So yeah.
I think the aging population is just a common everywhere. That's the common driver everywhere. Well, thank you. Talking about looking at this from an investment point of view and the M&A activity in the sector, what makes this segment attractive for investors?
Yeah, as you mentioned, I stepped into ownership in the last year. So I'm taking a look from both sides now on this topic. And I think there are two points that are very important. The first one is, I would say, it's not a sexy industry, but it's a stable and constant industry. So there will always be health treatments now and in the future. So I think there's no industry that got disrupted by another industry or that can be replaced by AI completely. So it is a stable industry. It's not an industry with a high profit margin, but I think it's an acceptable profit margin compared to the sustainability that the industry has. That's the first point. And the second point is that especially throughout this tricky situation and external effects like the legal changes, etc., the market is moving. And in Germany, if you take a look at the stats, you see that in 25, nearly 80% of the clinics do have a negative profit margin. So especially, I think the English word is anti-cyclical. So if the market is going down, that's exactly the moment when he should think about doing an investment or not. So, and if you take a look at these two, I think in the actual days, it's an interesting point to take a look at doing investments or not in the healthcare industry.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us today.